Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Elizabeth and I came on to talk about the full moon in Sagittarius tomorrow. So full moon, it happens at 3:44 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so it's in opposition to the sun. I am playing, the moon is ruled by Jupiter. I'm playing a piece of music called Blessings. I thought that would be appropriate. You know, the moon in Sag is so optimistic, but honestly, the last 2 nights, I've been up, like middle of the night, wide awake, and unable to sleep, which makes for a long day. Today we have Mars in Leo trining Chiron in Aries, and you know, harmonious energy is always nice. It's an opportunity maybe to take action on looking at doing some healing or something if you're called to it. But you know, like, I'm finding this full moon emotional, and we just had Jupiter enter Cancer, and Cancer is a water sign. This moon is in Sag. You know, the moon is a water sign. I find that the reason that learning your own chart is so great and so helpful is because even though the planetary alignments, you know, at one given point in time, like, you know, the day to day, how they hit your chart is where you really could feel things differently. Like, some people can feel this, not feel it. Some people can feel it really intensely. So I have Mars in Sag. Mars in Sag wants clarity, it wants direction, it wants freedom, it wants bold action. I had, you know, Jupiter in Cancer wants to feel safe and nurtured, protected. It wants to process emotions. And then we have this full moon, which amplifies everything, because that's what a full moon does. So for me, hitting the points in my chart, it's like trying to shoot an arrow, and that's Sagittarius, while standing and shifting in water, Cancer, the emotions, the influence. And so today I've just found myself super emotional. So I really have to keep myself grounded, and I really have to let the emotions move through. And you know, in a couple of days, it'll be better. It'll be okay. You know, think of my blessings, count my blessings, honor my blessings in my life. But for today, I feel emotionally scattered. And I think it's worth sharing, because a lot of times we hear people talk about different transit and this is great and that is great, and it's not always great. It can be really uncomfortable at times. But emotions, the good thing about emotions is if we don't hold on to them, they flow a lot easier. Later tomorrow, I'm just looking at my book. We have some nice energy tomorrow. We've got some trines and a sextile. The moon in Sag is trining Chiron and Aries. It's trining Mars in Leo. It's sextile. Mercury in Cancer is sextiling Venus in Taurus. And then later that night is when the moon will shift from Sagittarius and move into Capricorn, around close to 10. And then we get into some squares again and some opposition, so we're going to feel more energy. But I think the other thing that's really adding to this is we've just had our solar activity has just started a descending phase, and we've had a huge spike in the Schumann resonance. You know, I just feel like it's just a lot. And Molly McCord did a video, I think it was yesterday I watched. She did a channeled message on the energies coming in and how we can feel them. So as optimistic as Sagittarius is, with the Jupiter influence right now, feels it feels like a lot. So I just wanted to bring that up. So if you're feeling like it's a lot, it's because it is, but it will pass. So I'm gonna go for a walk after this and get my feet on the ground. Sorry, I keep picking at my hair. And just, sink into Gaia. Really connect into her heart. Your heart light into her heart light. You locked and loaded into a loop of love, because between, the divine, higher intelligence, consciousness, whatever you want to call it, when we bring it down through us, anchored into Gaia, we just keep that loop going. So I think that's kind of helpful. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I thought I'd just pull a card from my sacred symbols. Maybe we just need a symbol right now, some kind of symbolism. And I pull a card from my astrology deck, just to see. The moon, it comes and goes, and we just came off this. The moon was in Scorpio. That's intense. And I'm a Gemini rising, so I've got, Then in July we have, crazy ass Uranus moving. Man, he could crack anything open. So I'm sorry I said it that way, but it feels like that today. So it feels like that, those lightning bolt moments. And speaking of Jupiter, I just want to say, because we always talk about how optimistic Jupiter is, and it is, but it's a big gas giant. I think it was Steve, my astrology teacher, who said, it takes in more than it can give out. Like it can can be like suck more out, like whatever it expands. So when I had my first Saturn opposition at 13, I had transiting Saturn was sitting on my sun, my natal sun, with Jupiter, all conjunct, opposing my natal Saturn. So first Saturn opposition, so a pulling, and Jupiter really emphasized that. So it was sitting with my sun, my identity, and on that day, someone who was really important died. So it really emphasized the loss of identity that I had felt, connection with, authority. It was huge, and it wasn't until I got into astrology and I was studying Saturn that I went back and looked. And so as for all the blessings that Jupiter brings, because he does, I had my second child when Jupiter was in Cancer, so that, what a blessing. But it can also feel it in other ways. So not to be a downer, but to be realistic, like every planet has light and shadow, or however you want to word it. So anyways, that was a bit of a spiel, but it feels like, I don't know, Sagittarius is higher knowledge, ninth house, so is Jupiter. They like to share, so I think, sharing information is helpful. So let's see what card wants to come out today for us. So I hope this has been helpful for someone watching. That's always my intention, that any of the videos that I do, that they go to whoever needs to hear them. So we got death. 36 card. 3 plus 6 is 9. Endings. So yeah, we have some. Maybe that's what's the pulling away, the emotion. The emotion that we're feeling is really. We're allowing an old part of us to die, and the new part to be rebirthed. I like in this card because we die, then there's the rose, and like We're not fully formed yet. We also have transmute on the bottom, which I like. And that's one thing I like about when we go through a any kind of healing or transformation, to transmute the energy, to integrate it, to learn from it, to grow, to see it lighten up again. And we have soulmate 49. So I don't know, maybe somebody has a soulmate coming in. Often when we do healings or we let go of an old part of ourselves, it opens up the door, right, for new soulmates in any area. Just sitting, thinking, trying to feel what might be coming through there with soulmate. Something about it was not possible for this person to come in until the death, till the healing and the transmuting occurred. So maybe this is right on time for someone, because depending on where this full moon is happening, what house, we also have Taurus and Venus, could be shining a light on some kind of relationship, soulmate. Relationship meaning, soulmates are for many relationships, so. Okay, let's see what the astrology would like to say today. Oh. So we have the second house. Guess who rules the second house? Venus. Physical security, possessions, material values, self-worth. You're healing because you're worth this, whatever this new soulmate is coming in. And so Chiron in Aries and Mars in Leo, doing something like taking action and doing some healing work, looking at yourself, what you value, what's valuable to you. Your values could be totally changing now. Earth, that's Taurus as well. So really, really getting grounded. Taurus, Taurus is all about what it loves and the sensual, but it's really, Taurus is really patient. So there's something here about being patient with yourself as well. And we have Saturn. And Saturn is, all about, we have Aries and Saturn, we have Neptune and Saturn. So this feels like a whole rewrite coming on board. I'm hearing July, so whatever is dying off here, just let it go. Do your very best to transmute it. And if, I know when I first started dealing with healing stuff, I struggled with how do I transmute? I don't really get it. And it's about when we really come into the healing part of it and we see the gift that it has brought us, it's like seeing the situation just kind of transmute, evaporate into light. And it's just becomes a part of you, part of your tapestry. And it's no longer, dragging behind you. So there. I hope that was helpful. Now is the time to do the work. You're supported. You are supported by the planets, so lean into them. This is very clear, Saturn, Taurus, Venus, Earth energy, practicality. You know, if you have to write it out, whatever you have to do to do what you, also I'm getting planting seeds. So Earth, you know, when you clear the land, you know, it's fresh for your the new seeds. So yeah. Okay, I hope that that was helpful. So please like, subscribe, and share. And if you'd like to book a session, please reach out to me. It's always nice to understand your chart, see where maybe there's some things in your life you're not understanding. Astrology is a great tool for your soul growth and your evolution. Okay, bye for now.